my name is Dave, and I caught the dip again. I thought it was the low. It was just another wick. Saw it on the 5-minute, heart skipped a beat, formed a little hammer, looked kinda neat. No confirmation, no real bias, but I hit long. Now I'm red in the face. Storm was thin, tape was slow, but something inside said, bro, just go. 20 handles later, it dumped on me. Should have waited for the MHP. Welcome to Knife Catchers Anonymous. We buy the blood and pray it's bottomish. You win, I'm in, you sure. Too late. All counts, account liquidated. FOMO strong, my hands are weak. Been wrecked all month now.
Down twice this week. Welcome back, guys. All right. My KCA, yeah, Knife Catchers Anonymous.
The market's blade, another low, another fade, support is fake, my will is thin, but this next one's gotta win. Right! Welcome to Knife Catchers Anonymous. Our dreams are bold, our risk preposterous. We fight the flow, ignore the signs, then cry and group when we cry.
All right, guys, I got to run downstairs for a minute, and I got to double check this construction project. I'm getting them to like rebuild my backyard. They have this just empty backyard with nothing. It's gonna be completely baller when they're done. So I got to go down there really quick and double check on it. I'll be back.
And I caught the dip.
Again. Yo, did y'all hear that Fuck You Money song earlier? Oh my god, that thing was amazing. Actually, all the songs from today were good. Song submission contest. I'm gonna get the prizes out from the last one, you guys, by this weekend. I know I kind of got the BDH tournament sort of like took all front and center of my attention. I had to focus on that thing. But I'll remember. Welcome back. Welcome back. All right. Get my P&L up here. I scalped that liquidity pocket right there, smack dab, right near the end of that show while I was in the middle of that speech. I didn't tell people I was busy talking about psychology and stuff. I didn't even say anything about it, but I grabbed a few more on that LP and I'm actually done for now. So let me get the final picture here. I'm gonna wait for like a bigger pullback. Let me get my P&L on the screen here. Took a quickie little screenshot of where we are. That's it. To my accounts, I got up to maybe 7,000. The bigger, the ones got for 100K payouts. I just been scalping that all day. The LPs there, the LP there. This one. Yep. And then just kind of slowly working these accounts down. I think this one is getting a payout today. That's the last I need to make on this one. And I talked to the guys at Tradeify. I was like, can you guys just kick me to live? I don't have to get the full 80K. But see if they move me to live earlier. Thankful for the lesson. Say appreciate. I'm glad you're here, man. All right. What's up? What's up? What's up, Abby? All right. I got to go downstairs and double check on this project real quick. I'll be right back. BRB. In like 5 minutes. I'll tell you what I'm doing in the backyard. It's going to be dope. I need to get a picture of it too. BRB. BRB. 5 minutes. All right, guys, be right back. Yo, what's up, party people? What am I missing out on? Oh man, the backyard is wrecked. They've cleaned up, like, well, everything's, the grass has been removed. They're redoing the fence. Ah, it's fun. Okay. So let me show you kind of what we're building. Let me show you what we're building. Find something. Let me get something that kind of looks like. Kind of hard to find something. She had some photos. I don't. Yeah, we're building something like, I don't know. Let me pull some Google stuff for you guys. Welcome back. Did you already make a song about me leaving? LOL. Y'all are so meta with the songs. I'm just like kind of finding myself like, okay, maybe not really this, but that's like, no, that's not it. That's not it. Let me show you what we're doing. So, well, this isn't exactly it, but something similar to this. Like, we're gonna have planters all around, and then like horizontal wooden slat thing. Not that exactly. Oh, maybe this. Yeah, something like this, I think, is kind of what. Oh, I don't know what kind of weird website that's taking me to, but something like this. Like, we're getting a whole backyard redone and remodeled. It's gonna be like really, really nice though. Maybe that's a good version of it. Yeah, so we're getting like, you know, the fence is getting put in like this with some lighting around it. Then we get a fire pit, a walkway. Ooh, that's a lot like what we're doing. Yeah, it's a lot like this. Oops, these weird websites it's trying to take me to. But yeah, something like this with lighting and whatever. Anyways, they're ripping our backyard up right now. What's going on since I left? Did you guys break the market? LP like all day, every day? Holy crap. Jeez Louise. LPs for days. Did they give me a render? Yeah, we have one. I don't have it. iDoc has all of it. I don't have it with me. Nope, no hot tub. You can't imagine me with the lawnmower? Actually, and my mom has a half-acre property, and I help my mom cut the grass. We have a riding lawnmower. But no, dude, I've got HOA mows the grass. I don't got to do anything. Here, they mow the grass. They do everything. I got room for a lawnmower in the city. There's nowhere to put one. Hot tub in Texas. You ever believe, man? I get a lot of use out of a hot tub. Just relaxing the muscles and everything. He said you're just listening to ICT. He said he would challenge anyone to a trading duel. Think it would be an epic challenge to go head to head. Oh well, you guys ask him. I don't. You know, anybody that's doing that, y'all are always welcome to say, throw my name in the pot. ICT secretly is a big fan of our show, by the way. He's in our chat all the time. He watches. He's probably watching right now, actually. Yeah. He comes around every once in a while. Pops up in chat. He texts me from time to time. Like, nice play, nice trade. He texted me yesterday. That's exactly what he said. He goes, he texted me yesterday in the morning. He said, I love your pup. Who doesn't love pickle? You know what I mean? Show you, hold on. Here, I'm gonna hide the rest of the conversation because he's giving me secrets of the market. I'm not making it up. Here, y'all can see on my stream. Here, you can see it. I took a picture of it. He was giving me advice about the trolling. He's like, basically, very good advice, by the way, because, you know, he's as big as he's like, you know, he's like, you do a good job letting the crowd talk for you. You don't need to take interest in all that drama. Makes, you know, business gets tedious when you do that. You shut them down with your own trading, let that stand on its own, and those watching you will gravitate to you and learn how you did it. Encourage your new viewers with your product and tap into your results as your visual testimony. The rest is just time and word of mouth. Don't have to worry about the noise on socials. That's advice from the master himself about how to handle getting big. Some pretty good advice. I was very flattered, and I was like, thank you for, I was like, that's rock solid advice. Thank you. You're completely right. And you just focus on being good and no noise or fuss. He's like basically saying when you get big, he's like, you know, I've been watching you for years and you're getting big. And when you get big, people are going to come at you. It's like, ignore it, you know, just focus on, you're good at trading. Just focus on that. He's straight up. That's the best advice I've ever heard him give me or anybody. That's straight up. Stand on business. That's really all that matters. That's 100% real. No, that's a text from ICT. Yeah. He's been like, you know, a pretty cool acquaintance to know as I've been getting bigger in the space. I basically asked him, I'm straight up, I'm like, what do you do when you get big and go viral and you get all these fucking clowns show up in your, you know, your stream, and now you get all the heat on you, the, you know, the idiots of the world are watching you, and he texted me yesterday and he goes, I like your pup. Or says, I love your pup. Pickle is a fan favorite. But no, he's always been a supporter of our stream. And just us in general, because, you know, I go in there, I trade. I don't try to fluff it up beyond what it is, you know. I work really hard to just stand on the business of trading, and like whenever I got top 5 on Robin's Cup, he retweeted it, and that tweet got 1 million impressions. That's the biggest tweet I've ever had. So somebody said, you think I'm better than him? I'm not gonna lie, I'm better than everybody. Nothing personal against anyone. In my head, I'm better than everyone. That's not anything. That's not saying anything bad about anyone else. That's just saying how good I think I am against anybody. I'd love to, for fun, and I don't even have any ill feelings towards anyone. I'll challenge anybody just to see if I can win and shake their hand afterwards. You know, it's a gentleman's sport, competitive. Gentleman, gentlewoman, who matter, anybody want to compete's always fun. I have fun. I get motivated in a competition. Draws a lot of eyes. Everyone kind of gets, you know, gets in the exhibition match. Makes it fun. But there's a lot of great traders out there. A lot of great people on social. A lot of great people on YouTube. But that's like, you know, Magnus and Hikaru. You know, Hikaru can smoke 99.99999% of people in trading. I mean, in chess, and Magnus beats him more often than he doesn't. So Magnus would be like, yeah, I'm better than everyone else. But it's no disrespect to like the other greats out there. They're all also really good. But let me call you my lawyer first. Ryan, I need an ironclad contract, bro. I'm gonna trade that account anyways. Is this a scam email or is this real? Somebody said, hi, my name is what? Slim Shady. No, my name is, well, I'm a partnerships at Masterclass, like the Masterclass website. Online learning platform or top tier instructor delivery expertise direction with video lessons. We've been following your recent uploads and truly impressed with strong relationship with followers, blah, blah, blah. We want you to explore a potential partnership at Masterclass, probably the complete set of talking points, common access to Masterclass. You can explore the course yourself, blah, blah, blah. This is an opportunity that interests you. Look into it. Does this sound like a scam or what? Masterclass, like the website? The extra, is this a scam email? I get like pitched a million things a day. Is that like an invite only thing? Learn from the best, be your best. It sounds like a scam. Are they selling me something? If I sign up for it, it's like, yeah, all you need to do is pay us $1,000 so that you can take our Masterclass Mentorship 101 to get you featured. You know, it sounds a little scam. Spawn a link to your boot camp. That's funny. X the trader, you notice something that is very good to notice, that the close on Friday is a support. Now, every close and every open is always a support and always a resistance, even in future days. The problem is the consistency of it. How much of an imbalance there was at the close and how much when you tap it was that balance rebalanced is something you can't quantify and make a repeatable strategy out of it. You'll just notice that it will bounce there sometimes and it can be a pivot. To find a correlation of like how strong and how often it would pivot would be a fearless effort, I feel, because every day is different and you have to factor in like the imbalance and how much was that balance balanced and imbalance rebalance, and you wouldn't have all the data to really come up with a strategy around it. But yeah, we've noticed past hedge pressures also become future pivots, but the problem becomes that the only reason they're pivots is because there's a buyer there. And why was the buyer there? Well, they could still be hedging those options. How consistent are they, and what's the pressure there, and what's the probability of it? It's hard to quantify, but you are 100% right. Open and close are your two strongest pivots every day. It's the highest volume. The closing volume especially is the highest volume. So the closing volume, it's obvious to believe that, that pivot would work for multiple days. If the imbalance was huge enough, it could work for weeks, maybe a month. It could work one time and then never work again. But yeah, there should be pivoting action at the close. And that's an avenue I've never took. I only just assumed that it's kind of like worthless to chase down because of so many variables that you wouldn't be able to provide a good correlation for some kind of perpetual strat, like mapping out every close, and maybe the close is a pivot for the next X number of days based on an X number of imbalance or whatever. That could be worth chasing down. That could be an undiscovered thing. But yeah, the closing imbalance, obviously, there could be a buy imbalance as the market dipped. And then now the market went up and went up and up, and there's some new selling pressure and the sellers and buyers meet each other at that pivot. You will see some action, right? 100%. Some things like that, it's like, do you correlate them like, just statistically? Anecdotally, you can see that it pivots there, but is there an edge or not? That's really the question I don't know the answer to. My assumption always is that residual hedging and residual rebalancing and residual position can cause pivoting at previous pivots in future days. Yeah, especially Friday, because Friday was such a huge imbalancing day, right? There's a huge amount of imbalance that day and probably a huge imbalance at the close. That somebody can come up with maybe a rule that's like, if the closing sell imbalance or buy imbalance is X% of the float or whatever, then clearly this pivot can work for multiple days. There could be some kind of statistical, probability there that's good based on something that's a huge imbalance. Like if there's a huge imbalance, maybe the pivot lasts statistically 3 or 4 days in a row. That could be worth chasing down. I would lean towards looking at the order imbalance at the open of that, or the close of that day, and like the open of the new day, and try to put some data together. What playlist is this? I wrote it on AI. Let me share you guys the link for it. Boot camp today. Yep. If I hate Matt Kors, he count. Yeah. He officially wussed out. We can't let him forget, guys. Made me waste my time, effort, opening a new Trade account, get my lawyer's job to a contract. Completely wasted my time and money. What an ultimate troll from an ultimate scammer. I'm not gonna let him forget. That's for sure. Yes. Hi. Yes. Whoa! What's up? Thanks for lunchies. What did you make?
Grilled cheese.
Show the audience.
It's just a basic grilled cheese.
But basic grilled cheese is the best kind of grilled cheese.
Yeah. When they get fancy with it is when it doesn't taste that good.
When you hole in, it's so greasy from all like the Gruyere and the garlic butter and shit. Like, give me Mrs. Baird's. Give me a Kraft slice or two.
He wants like shitty cheese or shitty bread. Actually, the best kind.
And a pickle, you know. If you usually,
I think
no, that's okay. But like whenever I had a grilled cheese when I was a kid, my dad would always put like a pickle spear on it. Excellent. Oh, and make it look fancy. Oh, you got to cut it corner to corner. Do you guys cut your sandwiches corner to corner or down the middle, like halvesies?
Halvesies is like what they show in commercials back in the 90s.
Yeah.
Crafts where you split it, it's perfect triangles. And it oozes out the cheese. Just
triangles provide you an entry point to your sandwich.
Yes, and then you're not eating into it, and it doesn't make your face.
It doesn't get on your
greasy.
face. Yeah. It's mathematical to triangle cut that shit.
One thing I want to ask you. They're gonna cap two of the sprinklers closest to your grill because the turf will lay on top of it, and if they don't remove it, then the turf's gonna have a bump.
They're gonna do what with the sprinklers?
Cap it, so they'll remove the top and just seal it off. And then the ones closest to the fence, they're gonna make it into drips, so then you can put it into the planter and it'll drip.
Yeah, that's what they need to do.
Yeah.
Cool. I've got the whole drip system too.
I know you do.
Yeah.
You did it when there was no dirt.
I've got a drip irrigation system. All they need to do is give me the threaded connection and I can tie into it. That's all.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. My fun and features, guys. Do I pronounce it sandwich or sandwich?
Sandwich. It's sandwich.
Sandwich.
It's the American one.
Did you hear the Fuck You Money song?
I was trying to rush because I was late. So I didn't quite.
Oh my God, listen to this. Hold on.
Okay.
The guy wrote it and played it himself.
Oh, like he sung it? It's not an AI.
It's not AI, no.
It's a human voice?
Yeah, listen. It sounds like the Sons of Anarchy like opening theme to the show.
Dang.
Oliver Phillips, winner number one, My Fun and Futures 50K scale account. Type something in chat, buddy.
Now, can you film yourself singing this so I can witness that this is not AI? This is so good.
It's too good for AI.
It's too good. Yeah. But AI could be really good too. Tell him to put that on Spotify and we can pump it to #1.
Hell yeah, put that on Spotify. I find I might have found a new theme song for the show if he lets me borrow it. The Fuck You Money Show.
Yeah. Okay. They're gonna mark where the squares are gonna be, so I gotta go downstairs.
Okay. Okie doke. Thank you for the sandwich. Sundine. Yes, sir. Sundine, you're the winner today. A couple of announcements from our partners. Currently, right now, we got a huge sale going on. All non-fast track and ETF is 70% off. The time to get your statics if you want to grab them. Static is the easiest account to pass, and they're really good setup there. They have another thing called Candle Crush. Any account you buy there, the top 20% of people that buy accounts, and you have multiple entries, 20% of people are randomly drawn for prizes. First month free funded activation when you go funded. For top 10%, next 10% is 25% off funded. I like to get prizes if you buy the accounts. They always have drawings. It's pretty cool. My Funded Future still has a $6,000 payout request flex plan add-on for scale. $127 still for the scale account, but now your payout's 4 times bigger. Limited time only. No date set on the end to that, but I'll hear about it and let you know. Tradeify, 30% off. And that ends the 17th of October. And tomorrow, Tradeify is dropping a huge announcement that we're going to be a big part of. Something big that they're doing. And you guys are all going to get the hook up there. I'll tell you more about it tomorrow. 15% off Rapid and 25% off Legacy. These are the fan favorite accounts here at Funded Next. It's one of the 2 accounts I'm trading. Funded Next. Uncapped payouts, no activation fee, no monthly fee, 100% split. You can DCA. That's why I like it. 4 days to payout on the Rapids, the quickest payout of all props. 5 days to payout on Legacy. It's uncapped. It's the biggest account payout on all of props. So they have the quickest payout and the biggest payout. They win both the awards. That's why they're growing so quick. Take profit. Everybody's alternative to Apex, 40% off right now at Rocket Scooter. Use our code for all of these things. Code is Rocket for Funded Next, though. 40% off Take Profit. Same as it's been for a while. That's it. 80% off of Apex. If you guys still care about Apex and use them. All right. Next winner. Why can't you see your name? I'm sure it's in there. I think this is just for show. Like, the scrolling of names, I don't think is really how this app works. I think the app randomly already picked somebody and it just scrolls through names randomly. Watch, because I think this disappears and a name just pops up. Like, you know what I mean? I think the scrolling animation is just rando. I don't think it actually stops scrolling on somebody's names. Because I'm trying to follow with my eyes, and every time somebody pops up, it's like not something you did see on the screen. Maybe. Let's double check it. I'm trying to follow it right now. I'll make it freaking epilepsy from staring at it. Come on. I have to squint. This is hurting my eyes. Stop already. Yeah, I feel like it just randomly stops or randomly prints something. I don't think it like scrolls and then stops somewhere. Because it like, whenever it's scrolling, it's like all the names are new when it presents a winner. So, all right, won the giveaway. All right, we're giving away 315 accounts this month. My Funded Futures is hooking us up. We're giving away our $10,000 BDH prize. And I give away a ton of accounts all the time. 5 a day. All right. Got the fuck you money.
Matt's giving shit away. He's giving shit away. Free accounts. He's giving shit away. He's giving shit away.
So that person I don't think claimed their prize.
On the prize at the BDH. Now he's giving shit away. Giving shit away. Free accounts.
We media.
Free shit, free as in beer. Free account for you to generate traders. Free shit, some now more later. Free account, free shit, free as in beer. Free account for you to generate traders. Free shit, some now more later. And the man is like, I want a prize. And I'm like, you want a prize? That's amazing. He's like, yeah, I want a prize at the BDH. And I'm like, you want a prize at the BDH? He's like, yeah, I got first place at the BDH competition. Now I'm giving shit away. And I'm like, what? And he's like, free shit. And I'm like, free shit. And he's like, yeah, free shit. And I'm like,
One more.
free shit. And he's like, yeah, free shit. And I'm like, free shit. Matt's giving shit away. He's giving shit away. Free account. He's giving shit away. He's giving shit away. Free account. Matt won the prize at the BDH. Now he's giving
Caltran.
giving shit away. Free account. Matt won the prize at the BDH. Now he's giving shit away. Giving shit away. Free account, free shit, free as in beer. Free account for you degenerate traders. Free shit, some now and more later. Free account, free shit, free as in beer. Free account for you degenerate traders. Free shit, free as in beer. He's giving shit away. Free account.
The question is, so I think there's enough juice to get another run up from here. I'm kind of just waiting for any good dip to grab.
Free shit. Free as in beer. Free account, free shit. For you degenerate traders. Free shit. Free as in beer. Free account, free shit. Give that shit away. Free accounts.
Free accounts. Very nice, very nice, very nice. All right. Is that 5? Where's Tao? My buddy Tao. Tao, where'd you go? All right, well. One more. Free shit, free accounts. Giving shit away, free accounts. Dude, our afternoon stream is like rushing it, man. You know, we're going straight to the top, baby. Guile Morera? Gil Morera? Type something in chat to claim your prize. Giving shit away, free accounts. Ooh. All right, there's a song called Banned from Arby's from Mike. This song's probably gonna be banned from YouTube. Half the stuff he writes, I never know if I'm gonna make it one more day or not. Mike is the walking personification of breaking and violating terms and conditions. Let me see how to claim your prize. That's it, guys. Fun trivia fact. That's not AI either. That's literally Mike in his punk band in his basement, recording all the parts. Duh. All right. Hit you up, Brett? Yeah, dude. Like 100%, man. You need to make that, like, listen, I don't want, yeah, I want you to make that song famous, and I want you to make money on that song. Yeah, if you want to, like, write me a license to use it or something, that'd be kind of cool. That is an incredible song, man. Like, it needs to be used somewhere. Like, I can imagine a TV show about, like, hedge fund bros, and that's, like, the theme song to it. Man, that's a great song. Yeah, your song is amazing, man. Can you email me? Yeah, I'll hit you up, dude. The chill music. Yeah, here's the playlist for it. I actually wrote this playlist with AI. The one I listened to on the stream. It's just the prompts. That's it right there. The prompts are pretty easy. Like, I go like lo-fi, piano-driven, slow beat, ambient, piano song, slow beat song, lo-fi hip hop covers. Like, I basically go through and hit it up with some like the lo-fi jams. Yeah. It's just background noise to keep it from being like, yo, Keith brought a Kaboosh song. Let's go. Hold up. Let's get some Kaboosh going. Wait, Keith, you don't have access to the Discord? Here, let me just give you the roles, dude. I know you're not a member, but I'm gonna give you the roles, so at least you can hang out in the Discord with everybody. Or you should be able to see everything now. This doesn't seem right with that white text there. I get you the orange. I gotta make your name orange like everyone else. We only have like Discord. It's just behind like the paywall because it's, you know, pay for the Discord, but it's like if you're a member of the platform, that's to keep like the scammers and the weirdos out. But I'll give people Discord access. It's not a big deal. Our Discord is technically free anyways. There's more to the chat. Bro, look at this. It just opened up for you. Now you can see the Discord has like 100 more channels. All right. Winners. Yeah, like if you guys are members of the stream and you subscribe to the stream or whatever, it's just to keep like crypto bots and shit out of the Discord. Like if you're like, hey, hook me up with Discord access, technically speaking, you have to buy the boot camp or buy something to get access to it. But it's just to make sure you're like a real person and you're not some weirdo. If you guys are like contributing to the community, I may make an exception and like let you guys just lounge in the Discord with everybody. All right, like if you're a known member of the community, been here for a while, and we got a good friendship or something, or you contribute, you don't mind letting you hang out on the Discord. There's no fee to join the Discord, but you have to technically be using the platform. But yeah, all right, okay, got kabooshed again. Winners, go to Discord. Go to the link is in the description of the video. Go to the contest channel. Locate an admin named Slack. Send him a message with the screenshot of your YouTube ID from inside your account. That way we know that it's you. Then make sure you have an account with My Funded Futures. Let them know the email to that account. We'll hook you up with your account ASAP. Congratulations, you guys are now all traders with My Funded Futures. You're a boot camper, we can't type in any channel. You need to get access, helpful, by going to your dashboard on Rocketplace and then going to My Communities and click the button that says Claim. The Claim Discord roles give you access. Slacks will walk you through it if you can't figure it out. He goes short to 1250s. Nah, man. He goes battling some mental battles. His confidence is at an all-time low. That poor guy. Do I trade gold? I don't trade gold, no. I don't know enough about gold to really even give in any kind of like understanding of it other than the pressures and the pivots. Like fundamentally, I don't really follow metals anymore to really have a good grasp on why it moves. I got to work on that confidence in gold. This liquidity pocket up here has been paying out pretty well. I do have some accounts I still can work on. I'll probably make a trade or two. Yeah. What's up? Okay. I got in a long just now. What's up?
Oh, never mind.
Go for it.
This is what half an inch looks like between the two planks, and this is what an inch looks like. The picture that I showed him he said is more than an inch. That is more than an inch. So an inch might.
Hold on. Let me see. Can you go back to his other pictures?
That's an inch gap. And the planks are 4 inches.
Mm-hmm.
The 4-inch planks with an inch in between.
What's the half inch look like?
Very narrow.
An inch should be fine, you think?
Yeah, an inch.
Okay.
And they're-
Can you send me the schematics?
Oh, like the.
The picture of what they're doing? The 3D, the model.
Oh yeah.
Can you send it in Discord?
I have to download it and send it. Can I do it in email?
If you drop it to me in Discord, I can show.
That.
I can show chat. You don't have to do it now, but
Yeah, no, I can do it now.
if you do want to do it.
Asking me about the operation of the process. We're putting yeah.
Your day sounds fun though.
Yeah. Oh no, it's kind of stressful a little
You're
bit.
building stuff.
I
How
have
can you?
so much other things I have to do.
How can you hate building stuff? I'm gonna go long here to get the full liquidity pocket move. Again, long, a couple of accounts, keep it small. If we lose this and it falls, I got A+ all down in here to take. So 10, I can long here, here, and here, which I'm probably gonna do. Let me play this in some of the other accounts I got. I'm taking long at the pocket to close. Oh, let's go. Rocket's only 10% off if you're an existing customer, Austin. The funded next is trying to do like new customer only sale with this one. It's yeah, kind of lame. 3D schematics of your backyard. Hell yeah. Super fancy. Is this market gonna sell off today? Probably not. Oops, I always give you guys heart attacks when I do that. My bad. Oops, that's not y'all. Older field. I'm gonna grab along here. Oh God, my account's liquidated. Promo strong, my edge is weak. Got wrecked all month and twice this week. Let me tell you guys, the best investment you can ever make in life is not a Lambo. It's a heated Snuggie, man. Like I tell you, get these things on Amazon for 70 bucks. It's got a pocket for your feet. Heat this mofo up, man. Dude, I sit there like fucking playing Apex like this, man, at night. It's hilarious. Simon don't know that. Simon and I are playing Apex, and I'm over here like, I look like Santa Claus right now. Yo, what's up?
Yeah, I can't drop it on Discord because I don't have Nitro.
What do you mean drop it on Discord?
You know how I send you a video if it's too big because I don't have Nitro like you guys? I can't send big files.
You can like film it with your phone and then.
Send it to you.
Oh, okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah. Anyways, heated Snuggie, man. I like plug this thing in. It's the warmest thing ever. And in Texas, it doesn't get that hot, but I get cold. I mean, it doesn't get that cold. I get cold. I think it's the blood pressure medicine. Anyways, I get freezing cold. So I sit here, dude, with the freaking blanket on. Man, I turn that heater on. Ooh, it's good. Sometimes y'all don't see it because I got it on under the desk. It's nice, man. The best $70 I ever spent, dude. I look like Dumbledore. Yeah, I look like a wizard, man.
It's a Christmas gift for
Amazon. Just type in like heated sleeved blankets or whatever. It's like basically a Snuggie, but it's like the off-brand version. I'm playing like Battlefield 6 and I got like my feet are toasty warm. Sometimes I got it on here, but it sits here on the floor on my gaming station. All right, let's get that long trade, baby. Long trade to go. Oh, here, I gotta do this. Oops. Bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Bum, ba, bum. We've got pocket second time close, and MOC would be nice above bull zone. Dude, I'm not gonna tell you as much as y'all are gonna laugh at me because I have one of those. I'm about to one up that even further. I don't have one of those. I have 9 of them. I've got 2 downstairs in the living room. I've got a giant heated blanket downstairs in the living room. iDoc and I each have one in the bedroom. And we each have one in our office. And then we have 2 spares for our guests. I'm telling you, man. You come over at Christmas time, it's like a row of people in Snuggies on the couch. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. Dude, it's so good, man. They're like $70. I bought this other one that was like a full heated blanket. And I used to get hot all the time. Like I would keep my house at like 65 degrees because I was always burning up. But I also think that was at the time when I was like cracked out on Adderall and energy drinks. I think that's why I was always running hot. And my old computer used to heat up the room. Now the new one runs ultra low temp because it's water cooled AMD. But like, dude, my old office at the last house was like a furnace. Now I get like super cold super easily. Well, plus I used to have like, you know, life-threateningly high blood pressure. That probably also made me hot. Oh, let me go here. Right, trim back down. Perfect. Done. And done. I'll take that. I'll take this. Well, actually, I'll trim out a little bit of this one. Actually, let's hold it the whole way through. Now I'll hold this one all the way up to pocket to the top. Very cool. All right. Been scalping this. Been fun. Okay, yeah. So let me teach you about proxy trading, right? It doesn't matter what I choose because I'll often will choose NASDAQ a lot of the time when I'm trading ES. I will choose NASDAQ just because for the risk I want to take. One NASDAQ is equivalent to like, you know, 1.6 ES. So it's like I want to trade between 1 and 2 ES. I'll trade one NASDAQ. They're going to pivot the same place. But yeah, choose ES if it's better. So remember, they're going to pivot at the same place. So I'm trading ES. Instead of going in and trading like 1.5 NASDAQ or 1.5 ES, I'll trade 1 NASDAQ. They scale the same. So essentially every 5 points NASDAQ moves, S&P moves up 8. So I get my granularity sometimes by bouncing between the two. Now I'm trading a mix of the two. on my funded next right now, I'm trading a mix of NASDAQ and S&P just to get both of them. But basically right now, I'm trading 2 ES and 1 NASDAQ for the most part, which kind of makes it equivalent to 1.5 ES and 2 ES when you really do the math, or 5/8 or 8/5, which is 1.6. So essentially every 1 NASDAQ is equivalent of 1.6 ES. Like if you run this distance, you'll make 500 S&P, you'll make 800 NASDAQ. So I spread out my risk a little bit by always splitting up. I never only trade just NASDAQ. I'll trade both NASDAQ and S&P at the same time. Did I say that backwards? Every 5 points S&P moves, NASDAQ will move 8. Yeah, my bad. I said that backwards. NASDAQ moves a little faster. Yeah. Why is SPY so behind the ES? What do you mean behind? It independently trades, so they don't follow each other. They both are tracking the underlying index. But SPY has its own trading, right? And I don't know what you mean by behind. They look pretty identical to me, so maybe I don't understand your question. Like ES and SPY, they look pretty spot on. Like that's about the same. Oops, y'all can't see that. They look pretty much the same. And sometimes SPY is going to move on its own, and ES is going to move on its own because they're both trading independently. They both have their own supply and demand and traders. So one can lag behind the others. They're both trying to track the same underlying index, though, right? Oh, the stream is the stream is like, yeah, the stream has like maybe like a 5-second delay on it, I think. Do you ever trade YM? Not that much anymore. Cody, what's up, man? Been trading futures since 2015, so about 10 years for futures. I started out trading stocks for like the first, maybe 2014. I switched futures roughly around there. It's a little over 10 years. I've been trading in general for 15, so I started trading stocks in 2010. So 10 points ES is equivalent to a NASDAQ 40-point move. So yeah, let me not say points. Let me start over. That's the correct. I got time. Forget everything I said earlier. Let me tell you guys, I totally messed up. Every $5 you make in S&P, you'll make $8 in NASDAQ, not points. My bad. Dollars. It's the way they're scaled. Every 10 points S&P is roughly 4 points, 40 points NASDAQ for the most part. So NASDAQ moves about 4 times faster, or 4 times point per point wise, dollar for dollar. If you bought S&P and you bought NASDAQ and they went up and you close them at the same time, you'd make 60% more on your NASDAQ trade than you would on your S&P trade per dollar spent. That's the answer. It has to do with the position sizing, the granularity, how much 1 point gets you, etc., etc. It's about, yeah, so every 10 points in S&P is about 4 points in NASDAQ. But every point in NASDAQ is $20 of profit when every point in S&P is 50. So when you do that math, that's where you get all that extra stuff. Why did I say earlier that I don't have a statistical edge over the market? I never said that earlier. I absolutely have a statistical edge over the market. I'm one of the few traders that does. Yeah. You might have misheard something else I said. You only trade ES? I have NASDAQ to the left, ES to the right. I trade mostly a mix of the two. I trade more NASDAQ than I do S&P, probably. But is probably, there's no reason to choose one or the other. Yeah, I'll get your Discord messages later. Yeah, I might have been being sarcastic or something. Who knows? I want to see this bad boy move. That's what I want to see. All right. Boot camp right at market close plus 10 minutes. We'll see how guys there. Don't be late, by the way. Our indices and futures, the same thing. They are not. So an index is a math equation that just is the sum of some components. Like the S&P index is the sum of 500 companies' values. An index can't be traded. It's just a math equation. It's just a number. Futures are a product that you can trade. You can trade index futures, which is a futures contract that's guessing the value of the index. Equities are a stock product, an equities product. There are index funds that follow the index as well. That's a tradable equities product of the index. The index itself is just a math equation that you can't buy. It's just a number. So, great question, Daweed. Do I mind explaining why I longed below bear zone? Yeah, so the idea is I'm still betting on this bear zone, and I allow it to like overshoot before I try to get in on it. The idea is I'm betting on the liquidity pocket every single time. The original liquidity pocket bet here still hasn't failed. If it falls 10 points and it's failed, then I'll grab the next one. So I'm just splitting up my risks, a couple of accounts, to kind of just trade them a little bit. Why did I choose to trade at this tap where they have multiple taps before? No reason. I was just busy before. Normally, after it happens, I like to give the market like some time to kind of settle out just to decide if I want to do it. I'm double checking. Resilience is still nice and solid. Everything looks clean. Once I got out of my other trades earlier, I've just been waiting, and it's kind of been holding all day. So I try to trust that it's going to continue to hold. This is just convenience. I finally got, off the show. I was scalping it on the show, by the way, on my fund. If you guys aren't paying attention, it was off screen because it was my funded next accounts. I try to be very careful trading funded next on that show. There's another thing about that show. Remember, it's prop firm stuff. I'm trading Tradeify and I'm trading funded next. So it's like, funded next and my funded futures have a really strong rivalry. Well, I guess Tradeify and them too do as well. I'm like trading the competitors' products. I also am live with my funded TV, my funded futures. So, on the stream, for continuity, I still show my P&L, but I'm also like not always being like, hey guys, I'm long in my funded next accounts off screen. You know what I mean? For just promotional consideration to who my employer is for the show. I don't necessarily like, but I was scalping this. Like in some of these accounts, two of them I made trades in, scalping this while I was on the show. Which was here. All through here while I was talking. Normally I'll be like, hey, I'm getting in on a long or something. That's also giving like a speech about some kind of educational thing. I wasn't really like, I just clicked the button, let it ride. Bull and bear zones are where positions are in the market. That's just because there's more bears than bulls just here and more bulls than bears just there. Be very helpful if you can see how you manage all my trades real time. Well, yeah, right. A couple of things about that. There's not enough screen real estate to be able to show 14 accounts worth of DOMs. It would take up the entire screen. One of them takes up a huge portion of the screen already. But what I do is I tell you guys, hey, I'm entering in 2 accounts right now. I'm long in 3 accounts right now, or whatever I'm doing. I'm doing 3 right now on this pocket. No, Ice Wild is just Ice Wild. The true entry is bear zone top. That is the entry at the top. But market's volatile, right? We're above triple B, so there can be overshoots. Managing multiple accounts is a whole art form of itself, and it's really hard to stream and keep the charts up and do that at the same time and show that. I'm never, if I'm not in a trade here, I won't be usually in a trade elsewhere unless I'm capped out on all these. Today was the one exception that I was just throwing some of it at the funded next accounts, but without the Tradeifys. Normally, I'll be trading both of them at minimum, these guys, unless they're capped out. So, and I always announce if I'm like, hey, I'm longing 3 extra accounts. It's always the same trade and 3 different things. And I don't really manage them much differently other than different position sizes. So right now, this one has 1, 2 of these have 2. That's it. So 2 of the zeros right now have 2 contracts. The one with the 1107 has 1. So this one I'm trying to get closer to 2,000. These guys I'm trying to put 500 or 600 on the board. That's it. At minimum. And they're both there now with 2 contracts. Yeah, we'll do one more giveaway in a little bit. Ice, if you're talking about like where the zone is actually drawn, so that it's a box, we arbitrarily draw a little bit of buffer. But it's not like here 665. There's just like, there's nothing. 664.80 is not a real thing. That's just so that you can see the gray. The actual bear zone is 665 and the bull zone is 666. So bull zone is drawn at the bottom, bear zone is drawn at the top. We just add a little bit of weight to the box for visibility, but it's not the bottom of the bear zone. That's not it at all. It's at the exact level there. Tradeify, I'm $9,000 away from going live. So 71,000 in payouts in Tradeify. Yeah, but I had a meeting with them yesterday and I told them, I asked them if they can move me to live faster. Not that it matters, but honestly, at this close to the finish line, I might as well just take the rest of the payouts. Because when they move you to live, you forfeit the rest of the money. So I might as well just ride it till the end. You're at 35K? Damn, Austin, way to go, man. That's incredible. Can I talk more about what a contract is in futures trading? Yeah, so a contract is a contract. It's a contract to buy and sell something. So in futures, right, a contract is you engage in a business relationship with somebody. You usually give them money. They usually give you a product or service or something. In futures, the best way to understand contracts would be like agriculture. Well, let's talk about oil, an example. I'm a refiner. I'm Shell, and I have a 400,000 barrel per day refinery down in Houston, Texas. Okay. I need 400,000 barrels a day. So I have a supplier, right? I have an agreement with someone else, maybe myself, but you know, a couple of people that deliver oil to me every day. And all of a sudden, one of my suppliers, their country is at war with someone else and they blockaded their port. Now they can't ship me the oil. Now I need to come up with 100,000 barrels a day of oil. Where am I going to get it from? Well, in futures contracts, commodity grade futures or commodity futures they have requirements for what the future represents. For instance, a contract of light sweet crude, right, is a certain quality of oil. And that contract represents 1,000 barrels of oil. So if I were to go buy a futures contract of oil, then I have a right to pay the rest of the money to have 1,000 barrels of oil delivered to me at cost when that month expires. So now as Shell Oil, I need to come up with 1,000 barrels by the end of the month, right? Or I need 1,000 barrels because I lost my supplier. Well, I can buy a contract to have 1,000 barrels delivered to me. If I need 100,000, I can buy 100 contracts to give me 100,000 barrels. I buy the contracts. At the end of the month, they settle at a price. They say, well, it's $60. And I say, okay, I need 100,000 barrels. It's $60,000 a barrel. Here's $6 million. Please give me the oil. And whoever I bought the contract from must deliver me the oil. And then I settle up with them at the settlement price, which at the end of every trading month or the end of every actual day, contracts settle at a fixed price, and that's where spot deliveries can gauge the price of the transaction. If you buy a contract, then that's the price that you pay, and this is a contract. So in reality, a contract is to have a delivery of something at a date in the future at a price in the future, and you're paying for it now to get in on it. If you think the price of something is going to go up later, lock into a contract now. That's how futures works. And that's exactly what it does. In the context of a commodity, it makes it easier because to be able to write futures contracts for that specific commodity, which commodity is something tangible you can hold in your hand, that has value, like anything, agriculture, fruits, vegetables, pork bellies, corn, wheat, oil, gas, diamond, gold, gold, silver, whatever, all have contracts. They represent a certain amount of a certain type of thing. Gold contract has a specification of a certain type of gold, a certain weight of gold, a certain purity of gold. Oil, a certain chemical composition, a certain amount of it. So that's commodity grade, meaning that if I swap out one supplier with another, I get the same type of oil. Like it meets a specification. That way it works the right way. Like if you were to buy, oranges at a commodity grade and you need to go buy a contract to buy those same oranges, the oranges delivered to you aren't going to be like a different breed or type of orange, is smaller and more sour or whatever. They all have a standard grade. So that way you're getting like the same product from the open market. That's what a contract is. Yeah. So what is an ES contract, right? So what are futures contracts for indices? It comes down to like explaining kind of what that is. Now, commodity is easy to understand because a contract delivers something to your doorstep. S&P and NASDAQ futures are they're called cash settled. The other ones are goods settled or commodity settled instruments, like they settle in delivery of the physical thing. S&P futures don't deliver anything to you. If I were to hold an oil contract until expiration, somebody owes me 1,000 barrels of oil. It's a contract. I'm required to buy it. They're required to deliver it. It's a contract. If I hold S&P until expiration, nobody delivers an S&P to my doorstep. You can't really deliver anything. It doesn't represent anything. It's more equivalent to a swap, a cash swap. So like, essentially, you and I are engaged in a trade. The difference in value or the risk associated with that trade is passed between you and me, the trader. The loser just pays cash to the winner, and nothing at settlement, only cash is delivered. So it's a different sort of thing. Essentially, S&P and NASDAQ futures are straight up gambling contracts. They don't represent anything. You're just gambling with money, and the loser pays you money. There's no commodity associated with it. They're just poker chips. Yeah, good way to put it. Yeah, they're just. Am I afraid of the sell-off? Not really. Not today. So yeah, nothing like an S&P is like physically settled. It's settled in cash. Yeah. Yeah, pay me, losers. That's basically what it is. Every time you watch a stream, you learn something new. However, with that being said, multiple funded accounts without using indicators. Very nice. Orgasm trades. Your question is, how do you think you should start using them? Okay. So again, can I give you investment advice? But here's what I would do with multiple accounts. I would split up my risk. Here's an example. I've got multiple pivots to trade from. Pretend you have your own system. Let me teach you mine, right? I've got to trade from here to here. I've got to trade from here to here, and I got to trade from here to here. And all three of them are really good. So account one will play on that one. If account one takes a small loss, great. Account two can play at that one. If account two takes a small loss, great. Account three can play at that one. Therefore, at least one of my accounts should make some money. And if one account makes $1,000 and the other three bust, what if each account only costs me $127? I'm still net positive on the whole thing. Still greater than zero. See what I mean? That's what I would do. So treat all three, the cost of all three, The profit you can make in one minus the cost of all three. If the whole system is profiting, then you're doing props right. Split up your risk. That's what I do. Can't give you investment advice on how to trade your trades, but that's what I do. I do that all the time. Well, if you just do 3 trades a day, I mean, whatever your system is, the thing I'm trying to like convey is that if you split up your risk, if even 2 of them blow up and 1 of them made money, then 1 of them has a buffer and the other 2 just costs the time and the account value, right? And so the idea is your risk is balanced such that at least 1 of your accounts makes up for the others in case they all bust. Yeah. So you treat the whole enterprise as a business. What comes in minus what goes out is your profit. And so the goal is with some traders, at least social media influencers, is like to expand their gains, like copy trading all 20 accounts at once. That's bogus, dude. You'll blow up all 20 accounts in one bite and walk away with nothing. Meaning you got to pick which of these 3 pivots is right and then throw all your chickens or eggs in one basket at that one pivot. Nah, split up. I'm trading here in just 3 accounts. And if these 3 accounts lose money and they stop, I'm trading 3 right now. This one and these 2. That's it. That's all I'm touching. I've got a bunch of zeros still there. If these 3 lose money and I stop out, then I just wait. If I hit there, I've got 3 fresh accounts I haven't even touched to try again. These 3 are red. All of those are green. Now these get another opportunity. If I buy there and close there and take profit, then check. This is green and then that's green and that's green. Then I got 2 more reds to work with. And if it falls to the next pivot, I throw those reds back at it at a lower cost basis and maybe work them to green for the rest of the day. So I rotate my accounts that way. It's my tried and true way of doing this. Yeah. Splitting up your risk is, it's like, you have to think of it like get funded in 20, or sorry, pass 20 evals, get funded in 5, get paid out in 1. And that's kind of the sort of like saying a lot of people have. That allows you to blow up 3/4 of them and still get a payout with 1. If the payout in 1 can offset the cost of the 20, you're good. Apex, $20 in plus the activation fee. It's $200 all in. You pass 20, great. $2,000 it cost you. 5 of them go. Say that. Sorry, you buy 20. Well, let's pretend not Apex. Let me think of something else. Pretend if random firm, it's $20 for eval, you buy 20. So you're 4,000, 20 times 20 is 4,000 in the hole. Then you pass 5. Then of the 5, you get funded in 1. The other 4 blow up in your endeavor. As long as that one makes more than $4,000, then you've profited. If you split up your risk, the chances are almost certain that one of them will pay out. That's how you beat prop firms. Don't ever think I'm going to get funded in 20, buy 20, funded in 20, paid out in 20. The people that do that blow up 5,000 times before they get a payout. It's silly. If you split up your risk, if you have 20 accounts, I would trade 3 or 4 at a time, 3 or 4 at a time, 3 or 4 at a time. The one that takes a loss, put them at the bottom of the list, come back to them later. And I've done that since I started props. I knew that was the way to beat them, and it's worked like a charm. But just splitting up your risk in general is a general risk management strategy. You're never going to put all your eggs into one trade here. If you wanted to buy this as an investor, you would do cost basis averaging. You would maybe buy like 100 shares of a stock here. And just in case it falls, you can buy 200 more there. And if it falls, you can buy 400 more there. And then you can stop out of the whole thing there. With this being said, you got a really nice fat cost basis now that ends up here, worst case scenario. The 100 doesn't lose too much because it's a smaller bet. And as you lower, you add your risk slightly bigger to really dig your cost basis lower. And all it needs to do is move right to there and the whole trade is profitable. Split your risk up 3 ways, bigger as it falls. Final stopping point here, and you can calculate how much the 100 loses, the 200 loses, and the 400 loses as a net sum of loss on your trades. Yeah, copy trade like a handful at a time. These are good strats. The guys in chat have some really good strats for you too. So DCA is a strategy. DCA is a proven strategy. Oh yeah. How do you think your 401k makes money by the time you retire? You don't think people are managing your 401k and they're like, well, time to short the S&P now. Okay, time to buy this stock, time to short that stock. They're just throwing your paycheck at the stock market every Friday. You're buying stock every Friday. As the market dips, you should be glad you have market crashes between now and when you retire. You can buy twice as much stock when it's half the price for the same injection. Overall, your biggest gains in your portfolio come from market crashes, and you keep adding to it as long as you have a job. DCAing is the only strategy that's proven to work 100% of the time over long periods of time. Just long the market, 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 and eventually it always goes up, right? So your investment manager is just going to roll money into how you tell them to manage. If you never touch your 401k, you're buying stock as it's dipping every week. There's no strategy other than you're just buying it cheaper, and over time you'll make it back. That philosophy, now it's martingale, as people are saying in chat, is a betting strategy that's a hypothetical that doesn't in reality work. But when accounts are dirt cheap, like $20 prop accounts, you almost have infinite accounts to play with. So martingale hybrids are used fairly often. And the reason a lot of prop firms used to have no DCA rules is because it's very profitable to just DCA and brute force and pass these things just by throwing money and throwing money and throwing money as it falls. Half the accounts pass, half the accounts bust, and what'd you lose? A couple $100. $20 account times 10 and they bust. Would you lose $200? The other 10 of your accounts are up 4,000 each. You know, it's like the reason martingaling and DCAing doesn't work in a day trading sense that easily is because you have to be very meticulous about where you add in and where you cut the whole thing and calculate the whole position, how much you're willing to lose and have some drawdown. You can't just martingale your account because you don't have infinite funds. So you can't, in realistic situations, really do that because you don't have infinite capacity to supply that account. But in prop firms, when $200 Apex is 90% off and you buy these things for like $15 or $20, you almost can buy an infinite amount of those. So pseudo martingale becomes more feasible, at least passing the eval. It's not necessarily the PA side of things or the funded side of these things. But when the accounts are 80 or 90% off and you're not brute force YOLO passing these things when they're dirt cheap, you not really understand the math of prop firms. That's really the strategy, to get in and get out as quick as you can while they got that sale going on. Yeah, with the martingale, you'll run out of money before the house does, 100%. But the risk imbalance when these companies have 90% off sales and stuff, the risk is all on them. The downside risk on a $15 Apex account is $15. You only pay up when you go funded, the activation fee. So in the firms with no activation fee, with an activation fee once you go funded, the strategy with them is to brute force eval side. Just YOLO them. Don't even trade them real. Just throw money at it till they pass. And you could pass all 20 in a single day as long as there's no consistency. And then once you pay for them, then you got to trade them for real. But yeah, that's the strategy people have been using since the beginning of time with prop firms. If they're $200 per prop account, like my funded futures and stuff, $100 per prop account, you probably won't do that strategy because they're really expensive. You know, $100, $200 a pop, you're going to trade them seriously. But any firm that does 90% off sales, the pros will tell you they just throw money at it till they all pass with no thought at all. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Because you're looking at the whole endeavor is your return on investment. So it might sound weird to like blow up 30, 40 times to pass 20, but on the grand scheme of things, the 60 that you bought at $20 is $1,200, right? Then you fund those 20 with the $100 activation fee. That's another 2,000. So you're up 32 in the hole. Now you got 20 past accounts with 3,200 invest. Can you make $3,200 with 20 accounts? You better fucking make $3,200 with 20 accounts. You split up your risk. You're going to make something at least one of the accounts to pay off what you put in. And that's really the enterprise you think of when it comes to beating props. So I teach a prop firm masterclass that goes into like clever strategies and timing of them. Yeah, I never sit there and buy 90% off sale accounts and then go, okay, maybe I'll short here, maybe I'll long here. No, I literally long at the open. If it dips, long with 5 more. If it dips, long with 5 more. And by the end of the day, I've got them all passed. You do the same. Yeah. I mean, if you do that, you're smart. And I think that people that figured out the prop game, they started doing that. And that's why a lot of the prop firms have abandoned the 20 So you see how a lot of prop firms don't sell you 20 accounts anymore? Y'all notice that? That's because this strategy exploits the fact that you can buy like 20 accounts at 20 bucks. If they limit your accounts to 5, well, then you can't, they're offsetting their risk by limiting your advantage. That's an advantage to you, right? And a lot of the firms are getting away activation fees and marketing it like, hey guys, no more activation fee. But they're making you pay more up front. You know why? So that you can't do the martingale trick anymore. The trick is when it's 20 bucks, brute force it. But now everybody's settling on $100 to $150 accounts with no activation fee. That's going to prevent you from doing that strategy. It's like 5 max. So you guys know, like, yeah, I work as a prop firm consultant. Like I talk to them about their rules and stuff. And I tell you, like, this is part of the risk model. They're abandoning the 20 account thing because of that. Yeah. It's too easy to exploit. Yeah. That's what you do with cheap accounts. Yeah, that's what you should do with cheap accounts. It's ultimately, you want to basically get all of them funded and passed before the sale ends. And you got your buffer of accounts. You know, funded next, you know, you can have an infinite number of pass accounts, right? You can only trade $300,000 worth. When Funded Next had those sales, like the no DLL sales back in the day, you know, I went and passed like 30 of those things. Like I have a buffer of like 30 something accounts in Funded Next. Like I just passed so many of them. I was like, no DLLs. I got to stock up on these. And I just pass them. I haven't signed the agreements at all. They just sit there. And so I go sign the agreement and flip them to funded. Then I can do that. That was my original goal. Like, holy crap. No DLL, 50% off. Let's go. Let me stock up on them. You know, I was like literally just burning through them. So if the account is inactive and you haven't signed the agreement, it just sits there in your buffer. If you sign the agreement, then you get the account and it also sits in your buffer. And then if you blow up an account, it just magically pops up the next day. So yeah, like I would just stock up because I was like, man, this no DLL thing is too good to be true. I told some of my friends, I was like, no DLL and uncapped payouts, this is a hack, like way too good to be true. And I was like, I'm gonna stock up on many of these as I can. All right, there's another. I'm kind of just like having fun with this one. I know I'm scalping for like $5, $500 at a time. It's not picking up some steam. Let me just take profit. I hate holding this all the way into close. So let me close these out. Closing all 3. Let me update the screenshot. I'm flat now. We've got an hour and we got 30 minutes left till market. I don't really want to gamble on MOC, so I'm good. Total profit for the day, guys. 100%. I won all the trades. Lucky me. That's it for the day. I don't know what that is, but y'all can add it up. That's it. I just closed out. I don't want to. There's 30 minutes left. I'm kind of done with it. I always say please to the robots. That way, when they become sentient, they remember who was nice to them when they go to war with us. Maybe they'll have mercy on me later. 18-1, not bad for a day. All of it was done on stream, by the way. I didn't do any overnight trades last night. Good deal. All right, so I fully flattened out. It's just not even moving. And Nasdaq is bumping across the close, and like I was hoping to get it, and then some whatever. Any Discord groups you would recommend someone learning to trade? Ours. Yeah, ours is probably the strongest educational community I'd have. Do I have a risk and reward idea in your head? All the time, Jason. Yeah. So I trade from pivot to pivot. This normal trade that I just wussed out on because we're about to run out of time, I don't like to trade into MOC, even though I'm probably right. I'm just going to flatten out because I don't want any risk. I'll trade from pivot to pivot. So in this case, bear zone to bull zone is actually drawn right here. It's actually this particular plan. The cheat sheet that it's showing me is here. Top of light gray, bottom of dark gray from here to here. That is the pivot. And that is the trade. There to there. So this one was particularly a 1-to-1 setup, but this is a highly probable trade. See how it has a very hard time breaking. We're the best deals right now. Funded Next is 25% off Legacy and 15% off Rapids if it's your first time being a customer. Other than that, ETF is 70% off Static, which is the easiest account to pass of all the accounts in the lot. That's the current best sales going on right now. And I size differently for different sizes, Jason. Yeah, I do always. Like this particular trade. This one was the one that went up. This one was the one I've been trading all day with micros. Remember, I was trading micros and sometimes one mini. This one, you guys got to watch me scalp up to 1600. That was this account on the stream. The other one, the other two that I just closed out were 2 NASDAQ contracts a piece. And I believe that this was the 800 and the 1000. It was these two right here. So this was 1 NASDAQ. These two were 2 NASDAQ. And earlier I had some ESs that I was trading and I closed those out earlier, like early. So sometimes I'll split up the risk. Yeah. Well, there's one called bull and the other called bear. Well, I'll explain the boot camp. Bull zone has to do with more of a bull imbalance and a bear imbalance against dealers. So we're looking at positions against market makers. Bull means there's more bulls than bears against the house. Bear means there's more bears than bulls against the house. So there's a whole explanation in our boot camp why this is. But a liquidity pocket in between a bull and a bear zone is your strongest liquid buffer that there is. It's called a liquidity pocket, LP. You see how the market sort of is like trapped in between the two zones? And the two zones, your bulls, which are here, and your bears, which are here. Your bears are there, your bulls are there, your bulls are there, etc. Bulls are upside down here. These bears are upside down here. When the market is liquid, everybody's losing to the house, to the market makers. So liquid markets tend to stay inside of this range, and very rarely do they break. Dealers have no incentive to drop it. They found a squeeze point where the market just moved up, and now buyers and sellers are in proximity of each other. It's called liquid market. One of the strongest trade setups you've got is liquidity pocket. Yes, sir. How do you get my accounts to show up like that to track right here? They're all on my, so each individual platform is like its own window. And there's an accounts tab in Tradeovate that has all the accounts listed like this. So what you see on my screen is my 2 different versions of Tradeovate. I've got the desktop version, which allows me to have the multiple DOMs, and I have one extra web version open, which does allow me to have DOMs, just one inside the platform. So what I'm doing here is I'm just taking one window and another window and just scooting them side by side and then taking a picture and then just scattering them back out the trade. I don't keep them like that. I just put them there to take the photo for you guys. In reality, all of this is like spread out on full screen on another monitor. That's why I can't like have it like this and then have this show in real time, because I actively need to have this thing full screen instead of it being like, you know, a tiny little window like this. So this is normally, you know, full screen on, you know, like that. And I can actually trade each platform. I just sort of like shrink it up and stack it to take the photo. But I only take the photo when I close all the positions too. So that's like whenever I'm like, okay guys, I'm flat, I'll just snap a screenshot after I close every trade just to update. It'd be nice if I can have like the real ones there somehow, but then it means I'm missing the information in the platform that I need to actually trade in it. So I don't copy trade sends. I never did. How much do I risk per trade percent wise? You can't make that that kind of calculation in prop firm. Your risk is already paid. There's no risk to trade. So on a real account, I usually trade about 3% per trade. And then if I'm, you know, taking a heavy hit or like a big risk, I'll risk up to 12. But I'm a very aggressive trader and I have a very solid edge. So like I'll hit a really solid pivot. My average trades are about 3% down. Yeah. Draw my computer setup with the marker. Wait, the computers itself or like the screen setup? Got a lot going on. Do I execute on Tradeovate? I do. Yeah. Why would I go with the prop firm versus your unfunded account? I do trade my unfunded account. I just don't do it on my stream. My stream is focusing solely on prop firms just because the point of a stream is to connect with an audience. And obviously prop firms rent screen time from me for very high dollar amounts for these marketing opportunities for them. So therefore I focus my stream for that. But when you see me pick up my phone, I trade my personal account on my phone. So that's how I do it. One more My Funded Futures giveaway. How many we do today? Did we do 2 already? We did enough. We'll do the rest tomorrow. Yeah, my real futures account is not a focus of the stream unless there's a need for it to be. Now, starting in November, my real futures account will be part of a trading competition. I'll show you guys that for the month. I'm about to whoop someone's ass in a trading contest. Yeah. So Rocket Scooter, is it pretty simple to link and up a TBT account? You can't trade prop accounts in our platform though. Tradeovate's like cockblocked everybody because they suck. So they don't connect to like third-party platforms that often. So I just started a new, because I'm going to go whoop some pump and dumper's ass in a trading contest. I just put $100,000 into a brand new Tradeovate account. And my original goal here was to go funded in as many prop firms as I could just to go live, just to show off. And now starting November 1st, I'll just be showing my real account for a little bit for that month, but I'll still be showing Tradeify and Funded Next. I'm always honest about everything. A lot of these traders hide their motives. Let me completely reveal my motive. They pay me to show their accounts on the stream. A lot of money. So I'm gonna do it. Easy as that. It's my personal account with Charles Schwab. I have a Schwab account. I don't trade in it anymore. No, I just use it to keep Thinkorswim open. I switched to I use AMP. I have an AMP, an Edge Clear, and now a Tradeovate account. So like my real trading account is with AMP. Like my big one. And this new contest thing, I opened a Tradeovate account so I can use Tradeovate on my screen. Rocket Scooter can't be connected with anything DP. It's its own entity. It doesn't. You could connect with CQG for a real futures brokerage account. That's it. You can't connect props. Would I close my trade here? No, 6702. If I was longing it at bear zone, I give it a full 10-point stop here. MOC is in 16 minutes, so the market can blast up or down pretty quick. Is this a short? No, it's in the close. It's a complete gamble from here. Is AMP reliable? Oh, AMP is one of the best in the business. Yeah, as far as non-clearing FCMs, AMP is rock solid. They're not only like one of the best commissions, they're the cheapest minimum deposit. And I don't affiliate for AMP or anything. I'm just a huge fan. $100 minimum deposit. It's the cheapest deposit of all the brokers. Most of them are 5, and the commissions are really cheap and they're extremely reliable. And most people here use AMP. It's like with FCMs, right? It's just like, what do you need? Are the fills happening? Great. Fills are happening. Good. Is customer service available? Yeah, I never wait more than a day to hear from them. AMP's good. Yeah, never had an issue with them. They're pretty rock solid for what you want in a broker. 0 people have ever really complained about AMP. They're solid, but most people like them because it's cheap. And with futures brokers, you don't really care about any of the razzmatazz. All futures brokerage or FCMs are a fucking computer in a closet somewhere. It's not like it's like not like 10th floor Chicago penthouse in a building with like 50 employees. It's like 5 people in an office with a person that answers the phones. Couple of brokers, a programmer and a computer. So they're very simple. I'm understating it, but they're very simple companies. There's not a lot of overhead. Don't expect a lot. Don't expect futures brokers to be like fancy decorated websites. They all feel like they were from the 90s, and they are. They never got updated. Customer service, you still have to wire money in and out. Futures industry hasn't really modernized that much. So for what it's worth, all things being equal, AMP is great. I heard that Philip now actually has Plaid to get your money in and out of the account, which blows my mind. Now you can ACH your money. Finally in 2025, fucking Philip has ACH capabilities now. How about that? You no longer have to wire your money in. Right? Yeah, futures is like a dinosaur of an industry, but we love it. Rockseeder data feed, you need whatever futures you're gonna look at. So if you want to trade S&P and NASDAQ, you'll need to buy the CME data bundle from whatever broker. Most people here use AMP because it's cheap. And the broker sells you data and it just tunnels through us. If you need futures data, you got to go buy it elsewhere. NinjaTrader will not connect here because NinjaTrader's specific version of CQG no longer works because the guys at NinjaTrader decided they didn't want other people to connect to their shit. Oh, fuck yeah. I don't know what's going on here. Trump fucking some stuff up. Let's go. I got to get the last couple of bucks on this one. All right, let's close that out. While I make some trades here. What the fuck is going on? Let me buy some stuff. Hold up. Are we at pocket? Let me get pocket. What the hell did Daddy Trump say? All right, let me grab something at pocket. I don't know what the hell's going on there. Make some trades here. Oh wait, hold on. No, that's not the one. Which one is it? This one. No clue. Well, let's grab something. Why not? Let's see if I can get something small. What's he doing? What's Papa Bear doing? Papa Bear. What's he doing? Wait, which one is this? All right, hold on, let me grab some here. Papa Bear, what you doing? What the hell is going on here? Done. All right, I'm done. Fuck yeah. I just made $8,000 more. On that pocket, let's go. 10 contracts, NASDAQ, baby. I hit it. One of my accounts. I was throwing money at that thing. I couldn't fucking long that shit fast enough. What the hell? I got the guy up to $7,000 in that one account. Every single time. Every single time. All right, now I'm done. No, I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't even care. I just grabbed the pocket. I'm in and out. Trump's talking probably. What's Papa Bear doing? What's he saying? Mofo's having a breakdown with China again. I remember these days. Oh, back in the day, it was crazy. All right. All right. All right. I just took the pocket. That's it. It's just more tariff shit with Trump. Is that 8,000 extra? Yeah, I had 18,000 the last time I added it up. What does that say? I had 18,000 and now I have 25,000. That was 7,000 extra bucks. Those couple minutes. I tell you guys, that's what I say. Wait for your shit. Wait for your setups. Well, that was fun. All of these trades are made live on stream. None of these were made overnight. For the person that says, well, Matt, does he only just make all these trades overnight when we can't say you watch all of this today? What's pocket? Liquidity pocket, baby. EST every single time. I don't even know what's going on here. We're considering terminating business with China having to do with cooking oil and other elements as trade as retribution. All right, hold on. Oh my God. That's so funny. Weird. Not bad, guys. Welcome to the Roxy stream. Did I short on the run? No. I was sitting on the sidelines. Market fell to pocket. I longed from there to there and closed out. Simple as that. I tell you, like you can see my trades in and out, like quick like that. We fell in a liquidity pocket. It's a trap. I literally explained to you guys about an hour ago. Remember what pockets were? There's liquid. The market's it's gonna be trapped. And when it fell, it tends to span it before it keeps falling. I always catch that leg every single time. That's a 90% probable trade. It's my statistical edge is these liquidity pockets. My favorite setup. Yeah. Why sudden volatility? I don't know. Trump's talking about cooking oil. You know what I'm saying? It's just more bullshit tariff talk. I mean, it's all it is. MOC in 6 minutes, you guys. All right, I might grab the dip in one more pocket. Man, I know this is like over trading. I'm gonna keep it small from here though. At lower DD band, NASDAQ every single time right here. That's a play. All right, I'm gonna grab one long there, keeping it small. At DD band, hopefully it stays. One. Oh, this account is maxed out. It won't let me. Oh, my profit is maxed. Okay, let me find one that I haven't traded all the way to max yet. This one. Okay, this one guy. That one is max profit. This one is not. So I have my stops set inside the platform. Only make a certain amount of money. Now this is a risky trade. Please, for love of God, I'm a beast. Don't copy me, guys. I know it might be your like first sort of like thought is, hey, I'm watching the guy on YouTube. Let me copy this. I'm gambling into volatility like a fucking madman. Please, I'm willing to lose thousands of dollars to do this. Don't copy me. I'm gonna buy right at DD band. And again, market collapsing because more China noise. Okay, that's fine. You know what I mean? Not that big of a deal. But I'm building buffer of my own. This is a terrible idea to trade from here. In general, trained pros only. We don't endorse copying people's trading here, but I'm saying friend to friend. Me throwing contracts at this in the last 15 minutes of the market is very risky. So I'm up a ton. I'm going to trade this pocket one more time. EST every single time. DD band support, bear zone support. I'm going to trade this bounce off of here. All right, I grabbed 4 contracts in my other big Nasdaq account. Trimming down to 1, holding a runner. Got 3 on half of that bounce. Cool deal. That account is up $2 more thousand. And if I run to the top, I'll be up another 4. Ooh, get that pocket. That pocket. 476, 56, 66, go and close and close. I made another 4 grand. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, we're done. And I'm done. I'm really done. Pocket to pot. You guys got to watch Rocket Scooter in action, guys. Liquidity pocket scalp. Liquidity pocket scalp, DD. Thank you. And I'm done. For the rest of the day, I don't freaking know, but that's it. That's it. Good stuff. Thanks, Papa Bear Trump. I'll be sure to stock up on Pam cooking oil. In case we stop being it for China. What's up? What's up, baby? Okay, now I'm done. Got this account up to 62, 52. That's probably 52. Maybe it was 3,000. Let me double check that. Hold on. And I'm done. Okay, I ain't trading no. I ain't trading more. Again, risky stuff. I know what I'm doing, but I'm quick. I'm in and out. Don't copy me ever, guys. I do. Good deal. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wait, I thought that was no, that's what? There's no way that's only 25. I swear I had made, hold on. What? I swear that was 4,000 bucks. Hold on. What the heck? Let me do this really quick. 1, 2. No, that went from 34 to 52, so that's 18. 1,800 bucks. What the heck? Okay, I'm just gonna wait for this to close out. Oh, that's what I'm comparing to. My bad. I only made actually, hold on, 34 to 52. That's 18 plus 3. Okay, I only made 2,100. I got so excited thinking it was 4,000. It was only 2,400, not 4,000. I got too hyped up in the moment. My math was off. Only made 2,400 there. Okay. Is that one risk interval on Nasdaq? Boy, you guys are so smart. I love when y'all ask the right questions. What do y'all think? Probably so, right? Let's double check. Ladies and gentlemen, I rest my case. I'll see you at boot camp. Y'all are so smart. You're starting to get it, right? I show you guys the ropes. Y'all are starting to get it. Exactly a risk interval. You guys, y'all, you see what I'm saying, right? Yeah, I know. I'll see y'all in a little bit, y'all.